Well, all right. Welcome back. This is episode number, I don't know, like 10 or something, 11.
We don't have numbers here.
We don't have numbers.
We don't see a number.
Has anyone started keeping count of anything while this quarantine's been going on? I don't even know what the date is.
I think it's the 10th. I believe it's the 10th. And the only reason I know that is because it's Mother's Day. Hey.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot.
I should probably call her.
Oh my God! Oof, boys, come on, seriously.
I called her earlier. I'm a good son.
I live at home with my mom. I'd be dead if I...
She's walking around the house, looking over her shoulder like,
I would be a liar if I said that I totally remembered up until like 3 days ago. I heard my dad getting flowers or ordering flowers, and I'm like, why the fuck are you getting flowers? He's like, because it's Mother's Day in like 3 days.
This is surprisingly on brand for the episodes we've watched.
Oh, what do you know?
This is a sad orange.
This is sad orange.
I thought it was a tangerine.
It is a tangerine.
They are tangerines. You're right.
God, you yelled at me last week about that.
I was gonna do it. I thought he was memeing. He could have walked that off. I would have believed it.
I forgot. I'll take the L. Everyone's taking the L. Everyone's taking one L.
An L today.
But happy Mother's Day. Speaking of L's. Go on. I don't know where you're going with this.
There's a lot of people taking L's in this. Well, there aren't a lot. There are though.
Christian,
there's
please.
an entire village worth of L's here.
There's an entire village worth of L's in these 3 episodes.
The title episode. An entire village worth of L.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Hashtag
Mother's Day.
L exclusive.
Happy Mother's Day. This episode brought to you by the letter L.
Sesame Street style.
All right, so yeah, we're here on episode whatever. This is episode 35 through 37 of the One Piece anime. 35 and 36 are a 2-parter. Nami's backstory, getting adopted into her family with her mother Bell-mère and her sister Nojiko. And 37, Nami has to come to terms with Arlong basically broke a promise, kinda. Now they all have to like go deal with some shit. So we'll talk about it. Episode 35, Nojiko starts her story trying to tell the Straw Hats, about Nami's childhood. She said that she was going to tell them all what's going on so that they would try to butt out of the situation. Sanji and Usopp are listening. Zoro's taking a nap. Luffy's nowhere to be found. Doesn't really give a shit about backstory. So she starts telling them about their adopted mother, Bell-mère, and how she was a former Marine. We hear briefly about how Bell-mère, back when she was a kid, she was kind of a ruffian troublemaker in the town as well. So everyone was super they were weirded out when she decided to become a Marine. So she was like, you know what? I just don't like pirates of the world. So I'm going to go fight some pirates. And in the middle end of 35, there's a big battle between the Marines and a bunch of pirates in an undisclosed location where Bell-mère is found as one of the only survivors. And she happens to catch Nojiko walking amongst the rubble. And she's carrying a small infant who we now know is Nami. Yeah, a little orange hair girl, a little blue hair girl meets a purple-haired girl, and they'll become a big, happy family. So Bell-mère decides to bring the 2 girls back to her hometown because she doesn't really know where else to go, and decides then and there, after they get a little bit of care for an illness that they might have contracted, she decides that she's going to be the mom. And everyone's like, bruh, are you sure? And she's like, hell yeah, I'm sure. That's pretty much the end of 35. We go straight into 36. And at the tail end of 35, we see the Arlong pirates that are showing up. And so everyone's suddenly captive. They are going to force everyone on the island to give 100,000 berries if you're an adult and 50,000 for a child every month in order to basically stay alive. There you go. That's all you got to do. Bell-mère is eventually found by the Arlong pirates, and she tries to subdue Arlong. They all think that it's a joke. They immediately turn her back over, and she only really has 100,000 berries. So when they taunt her, they say, well, if you got the money, then you can live. 100,000 for you and 50,000 for any kids you got. She gives 100,000, which she decides to tell them was for her 2 children, Nami and Nojiko. So she does not have any money for herself. She is inadvertently killed right in front of Nami and Nojiko in order to keep them safe, quote unquote safe in the eyes of the rest of the town and the Arlong pirates. Meanwhile, Arlong happens to notice one of the maps that Nami made while they're trying to walk away. And they're like, oh shit, she's actually pretty good at this. So they kidnap Nami, and everyone's like, the fuck? Arlong decides to make a deal with Nami. that if she can gather 100 million berries, she will not only set her, but the entire village of Kokoyashi free. So this has all happened 8 years ago. Nami has been doing this, has been stealing and looting from pirates for years, the last 8 years, in order to buy Kokoyashi Village. So episode 37, we start with a Marine officer that we met like 4 or 5 episodes ago on Arlong's payroll, who's there to confiscate all of Nami's money. At first, Nami tries to play it off as, well, he's just trying to steal my money because he heard that I'm a crook. Well, Arlong's going to have my back. The Marine's like, fuck you, we're going to take it anyway. And he eventually lets slip that he knows the exact amount. And then Nami realizes that this was all Arlong's plan. Arlong is paying the Marine guys to confiscate the money before she can pay it all off. And the villagers decide at this point, after they figure out what's going on, enough is enough. They're going to try to fight back. And Nami begs them not to. Knowing they'll be killed, the village say, fuck you, we're going to do it anyway. They're going to go to Arlong Park, even though Nami's begging them not to. Or upon seeing Nami's sorrow, your boy Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats, they're like, we got you. We're going to kick his ass. And that's the majority of episode 35, 36, and 37. Do we have any notes?
I got something.
For sure.
So this is the actual first visual confirmation that bullets kill people.
I also wrote that down. I went, hey, look, a gun that works.
We have a gun that works, boy.
Because like at first I was like, when she jumps into, puts the gun in his mouth, I was like, we already know where this is going. Like, that was my first thought. I was like, nah, like, isn't obviously, he bites on it, kills, breaks the bullet. And I was like, first off, why is she talking? Just blast him. And then after that, it's when she gets gatted, I'm like, wow, didn't know it could do that.
I didn't know bullets could actually kill people in this world. We did it. It took us a while, but we got here.
And this kind of like pushes into like one of my big notes I just wrote, which is so we all know about like how like Japan hates America. Like they always make fun of us all this fucking time. Are the Marines supposed to be a joke about U.S. Marines?
I don't think so.
I mean, they're arrogant. They're selfish.
Sure.
They're loud, and they all dress the same, and they all act the same.
I will say, one thing I wanted to mention anyway is that we got to hear a few good bits about the military as a whole in their world from Genzo in a couple of one-liners. We heard that when Arlong pirates first got there, 5 Navy fleets attempted to overthrow Arlong, and they were all taken down by Arlong, literally like within the first day of Nami getting there. So after they got beat, they were like, well, we're fucking done. Like, they're not coming back. And then the Kokoyashi village residents were like, well, I guess that was our shot. Like, we're just gonna have to live like this. So it's not that they don't try. It's just that they're getting bested. And then another thing was mentioned was that the Navy has their hands full. This is another note by Gonzo. He mentions that the Navy has their hands full in the Grand Line. So this is what I will say to you. The majority of the good Marines have their hands full taking on the Grand Line, which is like a giant smorgasbord, like a battle zone. Like, there's all sorts of heavy shit going on over there. Gonzo even says that the only Marines that would probably be able to take Arlong down are Marines that are stationed somewhere in Navy HQ, which is somewhere else entirely. And they don't expect to get any real help from any competent Marines anytime in the near future. So what I would say is, if you're a Marine that's in one of the major oceans, you're either kind of weak, but maybe you're decent at your job, like Peroween was in the last episode that we did, or you're just a scoundrel who's in it for money, like Rat Bastard from this episode.
Okay, so then that kind of makes me go into my next question, which is, was Bell-mère and Nami from these? Because like, kind of make it look like they're in like, especially with the Bell-mère's like backstory and like intro, they make it seem like she's coming from like an extreme war zone where she clearly got clapped, but like, we don't know where that is. Like, we don't know if that's in the East Blue or if that's outside of the East Blue, is my question.
It has to be, I'm assuming it's in the inside, because they took a really small boat to get there, and considering the storm should have killed them if they would have stayed a long distance in the sea, it's right to assume it was still in the same sea.
I would agree. Yeah, okay, so Nami and Nojiko, as the episodes imply, they were just orphaned from the battle. From where the battle took place. We do not know the location. And Bell-mère just was from Kokoyashi Village when she enlisted into the Marines. And after the war happened, she broke free from the battle zone and decided to take the girls back home. And then she retired from the Marines after that. And I believe, I don't remember the exact age, but they lead you to believe that she did all of this like around the age of like 22 or something. Like she literally enlisted in the Marines when she was like a late teen, then came back as like a 22-year-old with two girls and was like, "I'ma be a mom." So she's really not that much older than these kids.
You can kind of figure out the timeline because she goes like 30 something in the beginning of the episode when they're talking about how her beautiful voluptuous skin. She goes like, "You would never guess I'm 30 whatever."
Oh, really? Okay.
So she must have retired from the Marines in like her early 20s. I'd say probably a few years past 22, maybe like 24, 25 even.
Oh, and this doesn't really mean anything, but I just want to mention I always loved Bell-mère's design. Really nothing other than the hair. The hair is mwah.
You mean just shaved?
I love it. It's
That's something different than everybody else, I guess.
It's so different.
Also,
I feel like I never see that. Everyone's always got real fucking anime hair. That shit.
How cool they made her attack on the big fish dude. She lit a cigarette real quick, knocked the door down, and then stuffed a barrel into the dude's mouth.
Dude. She took her drag. She, kick-flipped this man to the ground and shoved his face full of a rifle. Man, what's not to like?
If she had just pulled the trigger immediately, she could have saved a lot of trouble. But
probably not.
That dude would have eaten it.
Hold on. Probably not. You're getting a little too far with that.
Well,
even if she pulled the trigger, they probably would have eaten it. Those are like, I'm pretty sure though, like bullets to these kind of people are like like elderly people and their vitamins. Like this is a Flintstone gummy, but with brass.
Yeah, we're forgetting that he chomped on a cannonball.
A cannonball.
Yeah, but that's because he stopped it. He stopped it by grabbing it in his teeth. This is the barrels are well past his teeth.
You also got a
trigger. That's flesh in there.
She sort of got the law enforcement mentality.
That's how you beat every enemy that has impervious armor. It's just you shove the thing inside their body and then you blow them up.
Take a message from Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right, yeah. She's got that law-abiding citizen mentality. She's not going to shoot first without.
No, I know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, she's a former Marine. She's higher than to just blankly shoot at any fucker that comes at her knocking on her door or whatever. Even though she totally should have just fucking pulled the trigger. Although, what would have happened though? Who knows? If she didn't take him out, I mean, she already got her arm like broken after like trying that shit or whatever.
That shit was like Lunchables. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Dump the fuck out of her arm.
So moving on, the only other note I really have is it was literally just making a satire of this episode, which is Bell-mère's totally alive because bullets don't work in this. That was the only thing I wrote down.
Bell-mère's not actually dead.
I mean, we don't see her get buried.
We don't see her get buried. We know there's a grave, but that doesn't mean there's a body there.
We don't know that.
All right,
the plan to get the kids to run away. Go ahead.
Just to give that, she does not come back. All right, if you're waiting for her to come back randomly in an episode, just
she big dead. She big dead.
Watch this one right away.
I don't want to believe that. You cannot convince me that bullets work in this universe.
She is big dead. I promise. She is very big dead.
Watch it. She's gonna be the One Piece.
You mean on top of everything else we've said is the actual thing?
Yeah. That's the thing. The One Piece is a treasure, which means a conglomerate of treasure pieces. So therefore, all these people I'm pointing out, they're One Piece.
They're all pieces of the One Piece.
Exactly.
You have to make the One Piece whole. How could I not see it before?
Exactly.
Like the Dragon Balls.
Assembling the Dragon Ball.
Oh my god.
But otherwise, I mean, I love these 3 episodes. I'm actually kind of surprised we managed to hit all 3 of these like kind of back to back.
It's almost like someone orchestrated this.
These are like we literally got the whole Nami backstory leading into the what is it? The climax of the what the hell are they going to do now? But the only couple of things I want to mention, I already touched on one of them, was the emphasis on the Marines and somewhat of, I won't say their hierarchy, but kind of like them organizing themselves amongst what they feel is most important on the world plane, because the Marines are the only governing force for the entire planet. So They are in charge of trying to keep or police the whole planet, and there's a lot of islands to fuck with, and they are putting most of their good resources into the Grand Line, which was kind of given to us on a one-off. And the other thing was, if you heard or noticed, they also talked about when the Arlong pirates first arrived, they mentioned that they didn't believe that that pirates from the Grand Line would come by, and that it must be true that the Fishman pirates split. So that's going to be for later. We now know that there are two halves of Fishman pirates, and that is what I have to tell you.
Plural.
There are other Fishman pirates, of course.
Yeah, this was like a team, and then they split up, and the one half went somewhere, and the other half came here.
Oh god, they're gonna get their own shitty spin-off movies.
Also, it's also worth noting that they're not getting help because Mihawk already stated this is the weakest sea.
Yeah, the government doesn't really give a shit about the East Blue, to be honest, because they're not only the weakest sea, they're just kind of like, I mean, they're out there, but
they're also kind of just assholes.
This is true. I mean,
90% of the Marines that we've seen have been assholes.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. It won't be the case forever, but yes, unfortunately, the majority of the Marines we know so far are.
That's like my main case for like why it's like a satire of like the U.S. Marines, because like you know they've got
Bullbody, they got Morgan,
an arsenal. They they got big sticks that they got to blow up with. I don't know. I'm making up shit.
There's one movie later on. It's pretty much all Marine movie sort of.
Is it the invasion of D-Day?
And I can't wait to get to it. It's not like Marine focused, but it's Marines play a heavy part in it.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to get to for sure. We're going to learn a lot more about the Marines as we go on. And I mean, they're not all assholes. Like Pertaween, who came there, he tried to help. He got shit wrecked.
But he 100% came in for the glory. He didn't care about the
What do you mean? You don't know that. That ain't true.
He got all him and everybody in the sea or this part of the sea got their warships by being aristocrats.
Shit, yeah, he's got a point there. Unfortunately, that'll also become a reoccurring theme, is that a lot of the time bureaucracy is going to play a heavy role in who gets to wear the highest commanding role.
This is also the first time going back to where she got shot, where they go into that black and white.
I dug that a lot. I dug the animation of that a lot when that happened.
Yeah, those usually the black and white moments are reserved for like really strong, compelling moments.
Mm-hmm. We love that black and white.
This whole like these 3 episodes and the previous episodes we watched. There's a nice mix of really cool animation style, and I'm digging it a lot.
Well, it's not also just that, but there's also like a really well story like telling method here, because like, you can see how organic everything feels with the storytelling. Like they're not like.
Well, it's also because they're at this point 30 episodes in. You'd expect them to sort of figure out how they're going to go about this. Before they were just like
a method, like a system.
Oh yeah, like they're starting to get their formula down. You know, I mean they know what works and what doesn't, and I think. I know in an SBS, I can put it in the Discord, but it doesn't really matter. I did find out the exact quote when the author decided that he knew that it wasn't going to be like a one-off. Like he thought the whole series was going to be a one-off. Like they find the One Piece within 100 chapters. He knew it wasn't going to be 100 chapters right after he finished Sanji's arc. So this is literally like the arc where he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to take my time and write whatever the hell I damn
let's actually put effort into it.
Yeah.
Let's actually make people care about these side characters arc.
I care now.
I don't know about side.
Before he was pressured, this is what he said. You take it with a grain of salt, because it's probably just like a big pharma. Oh, sort of not big pharma. Sorry, big corporation. He claims that the production company was pressuring him to expedite his series as quickly as possible because they need fights,
quantity over quality.
Exactly. That's what he claimed. But then when One Piece started taking off, they started giving him some slack. I don't know if I believe that wholly.
I can agree. I could see where that's coming from.
I mean, I believe it. I believe it to an extent. I don't know.
I mean, like, look at like all like the fucking movies that are coming out nowadays, where it's now focused more on like, oh, you got to wait for the next one to come out versus making the first one go. Like hell, like I mean, you guys can make the same argument for like Star Wars, like the most recent ones. Like they're throwing out quantity versus quality. And like when we get like hits that are like, like the single ones that are like out of nowhere, like fucking Rogue One, or like you can argue some would argue that Mandalorian. That's what I mean.
No, for sure. But I mean, like, I would say that at least in terms of like the emotional stuff, I mean, I still think that anything related to Sanji, Usopp, Zoro, like they all hit.
It was
pretty. I don't know about all that. They hit pretty sick.
Well,
motherfucker just got gatted.
Well, I'm gonna go with Devin here because without knowing what we know, it might be underwhelming compared to this one. But
that's the thing is like you guys have context going into this, like because you've seen this before. Well, I am a fresh viewer, and I'm watching this. I'm going. I have no context to this, so because later on it's going to be explained. But for the fresh person, this is new, and it's just like in comparison, it's like meh. Like some characters just shine better in the beginning versus others. Like I'm not saying that Sanji probably doesn't do some hella cool ass shit later on, especially Usopp. I'm really hoping that Usopp does something actually interesting to me. But like in comparison to like what I've been exposed to from the beginning, this is way better in terms of like
that's
exposure and like pacing of it too, and making me give a shit.
And I feel that I actually really like. I mean, obviously Nami's is kind of like the low-key favorite for most people. Nami's like
it's up there. It's up there. It's up there. I mean, there's like
she's got a great backstory. I love the whole thing with the reoccurring bit of families who you make it doesn't even if you're adopted or whatever. That's always a great message to send, and it doesn't really matter how many times I see it play out. It's always a good bit.
I really don't care for Sanji, or not Sanji's, Usopp's backstory. Like Sanji's, I dig.
No,
I dig.
Yeah, we talked about it before. Where
Nami,
Usopp's is kind of weak. I ain't gonna lie.
They throw that off.
Usopp's is a little weak
in comparison. Two of these people know dead people.
All right,
or three, possibly three. And Usopp's like, my dad ran away from home and he went to get cigarettes, and that's his plot.
So as the only Usopp fanboy in this crew so far,
that's not true.
That's not true.
His mom got sick after his dad left.
What'd you say, Nami?
His mom got sick after his dad left. What are you talking about?
But I'm talking about like tragic deaths.
Right. Okay.
His mom died.
So did fucking other girl. She smacked her head on a fucking rock.
Okay.
That's different than dying from fucking plague juice. I don't know what she died.
Plague juice. Okay. All I'm saying is in defense of Usopp, because I'll always defend my boy. Which, granted, Jordy is right. I defend Usopp because I know him as a character more so than I know his backstory. That is 100% facts. I will give that up. However, I guess with his backstory, it comes back to loneliness, and loneliness just vibes with me on a personal level. And I think the more I think about it and the more I try to relate to it, the harder it hits. I think that's really why
he's the most grounded character of all, which is why he's such a the more you think about Usopp, the more you realize that he's just a normal fucking guy compared to these like powerhouses, and it's so much fun to like recognize like his faults are really just human traits. Anyway, regardless, we're getting too much into Usopp. This is Nami's episode anyway. Hey, Simi, you got any facts?
Yeah, you guys noticed that Don Krieg and what's it called, Buggy's wanted poster?
I did.
No. I did not.
On episode 35, when they're panning over to Genzo and Nami is at I believe it's the station.
After she steals the book.
In the backstory, yeah.
Yes. You see a small two small one-up posters for Don Krieg and Buggy.
Huh.
Was it Buggy though? Because I remember. Okay, so I was actually going to ask, who the fuck is Sard? There's like a poster for Sard.
They're probably just a filler. It's probably just a filler one, making it seem like there's more than two in the sea.
They want to make it seem like there's more than like two pirates plaguing the seas 8 years ago.
They're giving us
I mean, they could have put fucking the Black Cat pirate dude up there. They had to put who the fuck is Sard? I just like I don't even know.
He died from SARS.
It was a guy that Oda was going to make an antagonist and then scrapped him.
You joke, but there was the one-off that One Piece is all based around is something called Romance Dawn, and there are a lot of like low-key nods to a lot of characters he made originally for that one-off. That he does bring in as villains later. I think Klahadore is one of them.
Oh, shit.
So that is actually a thing, kinda.
I mean, it's
but-
a thing in all media. They get
Yeah, that's
inspiration from everything.
Or,
Okay, but what we're talking about though
Yeah,
is he mentioned that or he was saying that it was like a one-off from like another character he wanted to bring. But Oda does actually do that a lot. He does like secretly write like all these characters he thinks he's going to add, and then he's like, "You know what? Nah, they're trash. I'll just maybe give them a wanted poster or double down later. I'll be like, "Oh, you know what? I like their design now. Maybe I'll put them into this arc." He does that a lot.
Well, actually, on the topic of naming conventions, I'm assuming Bell-mère gave Nami her name. Nojiko probably didn't have any clue what her name, the small infant she was carrying's name was.
Mm-hmm.
Does Nami have any significance in like the
No,
old
Nami just
grandmas
means wave. Just like
Huh.
so. I mean, like Nami
Wave.
is like ocean wave.
because she survived that storm.
yeah.
Actually, there you go. Maybe that's the tie-in. I mean, I know that Oda named her Nami because she's the navigator. So he just
The
wanted.
Navigator.
Yeah. Well, no,
Right,
because
me.
Nami is like ocean
Navigator. I'm
goddess.
keeping it.
All right, the Navigator. You heard it here first. Not Terminator. For
I mean,
all
it
you
works.
keeping up at home.
It works. You can't hit it. It works.
That's her full name. How many people know that?
I will terminate your maps and your treasure.
Fucking
I
Navigator.
need your boots, your pants, and your motorcycle.
Any other facts there?
All right. Well, since no one's going to talk about it, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up for you. That I'm surprised that Devin didn't say this. All right. So the big question on the stand is, why? Why?
Why would she give herself up?
Why did the townspeople not just pool together a few extra dollars
Why?
to keep Bell-mère
I don't
alive?
think they had the money.
No,
I just
even if
assumed they were broke.
no, even if they did, if you noticed, it wasn't like they had a time to gather around with her and go explain everything. The dudes were already over there, and they were rushing over there to try to like appease or anything.
Oh, dude. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they
sure-
wanted blood. That was what I was gonna say too, in case
Just
anyone brought it up.
because
I
they have,
wanted to
like,
bring it up
10
because
minutes.
that is a constant top talking point amongst the community, where everyone's just like, "Bitch, why didn't you just ask for a few extra cash?"
There is no way.
There was
Yeah, I mean, it goes with like, my real problem with it would have just been like, why would she say it's for her daughters in the first place? Like, just say it's for you now, and then keep the kids in the
No,
basement when Arlong's pirates come around every month. Like,
Well, they kind of alluded back to that, later on.
Well-
When they mentioned like how like they saw the ships afterwards, how they're all destroyed, and that the plan for Nami's kids, or not Nami's kids, Nami and whatever fucking faces, like they kind of established that after that point, after they die, that Bell-mère realized that these pirates were looking for an example to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have a feeling that after they stomped the ever-loving fuck out of her arm, this thing called internal bleeding, she probably would have died anyways.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that would have worked here. But
I
anyway,
don't feel like, and I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced they were like, maybe they were looking to make an example of
No.
somebody, but it didn't feel like they were just going to kill her no matter what. They were walking away, like they were going to go
I
back to their
mean,
shit.
you also got to take into effect that she was trying to make a life for the kids, and as soon as they get put into hiding, that's basically saying they weren't going to have one to begin with.
That's the internal conflict I ended up with on my own, where I was just like, I get it. It doesn't make me as blatantly angry that she just gave herself away, as I'm sure it does to some people. Or like how angry I was with Sanji for not turning in the fucking
I mean,
pirate.
as soon as they dropped the whole like price tag for children versus parents, I knew immediately what was going to happen because it doesn't take a genius to figure.
Yep. Yeah.
Spoilers.
The math
Well,
makes sense.
well, if it didn't spoil it for you, she wasn't around in the future.
well,
Well,
no shit.
I mean, they also say like she's dead. It's like, oh wow.
Well, what I meant by that was like, it's not a surprise that
Yeah.
she's gonna die and how she's gonna die. Like we knew she died, but we didn't know how. Is
Right.
the storytelling element.
Yep.
Yeah.
But speaking of bleeding out, even Crystal pointed this out. So when Nami
When she
stabs
stabs
herself in the fucking arm to, I assume, in an attempt to remove the tattoo.
Not really in an attempt
No.
to remove the tattoo. No. This that whole scene is meant to. All right, and this is my interpretation. So I mean, I guess you can take it for what you will.
Well, like, don't get me wrong. I see the metaphorical interpretation for it, but it's just like bitch must have hit an arc. I'm sorry. That's a big ass knife, and she went clearly to the hilt. I'm sorry. She had to have hit it.
She definitely didn't. She definitely didn't help herself. That's for fucking sure. I mean,
First her left hand, then her right or left arm. It's always the left side.
No, that was her. It was her right hand, wasn't it?
Nope.
No,
left hand.
No, she stabbed the left.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
it's
the
her
left
left
hand?
hand?
Okay, never mind.
because she's a righty.
Oh, you right. Can't be putting. Well, yeah, she's
That's
gonna
more
hold
of just don't bother with it.
I mean, I didn't really care for it. I was just like, lol. Like when I watched, I was just like, laughing at it. And Crystal was like, "What the hell? How is she stabbing herself and not dying?"
Laughing, huh?
Man, that is one of my favorite scenes in the whole anime right there. I
don't get me wrong,
to this day, cry like a little sissy baby when I see that shit. I'm like, girl, I feel you. I'm sorry, my guy. I'm sorry, my girl.
I'm
you
not
out
saying I didn't.
You're among
feel
friends
for the
here.
Scene.
Bring
I'm
it
not
in.
saying I didn't
Bring it
feel
in.
for the scene. I'm saying that just seeing the animation of her stabbing herself in the arm, I was like, why didn't she just scrape it off?
Well,
was my
again, it
first
wasn't
thought.
to remove it. It was just damning it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a whole fucking tattoo. I mean, it wasn't about removing the tattoo. That wasn't the goal. The goal was to damage the Arlong symbol. She's literally branded herself as if she's a slave to this man. And she just can't come to terms with the fact that she has to look at this motherfucker's mug on her body permanently. So she's just, doing the best thing she can, even though she wants to beat the shit out of Arlong.
Also, the roller coaster of events that happened beforehand. I don't know how anybody remains sane.
I mean, it's like you literally just wake up one day and I don't want to say pet, you're just literally somebody else's slave. I mean, and you literally just can't do anything about it.
Any other topics here?
Honestly, that's what I got. The only other things I got are like Hachi had a good bit at the beginning.
I love that bitch.
Luffy
not
catches
giving
up.
a single fuck about that.
My boy don't give a shit. He's
I just like how they acknowledged it too, where he just walked right by and not get. He saw we were fish, right? Normally, people are afraid of that.
Normally, people are afraid of that shit. They're just like, I don't like him. And then I don't have a screen cap of it. But there was a fucking half a frame or like a frame of the karate fishman guy, the guy with the fin arms or whatever, where he just has the thickest of necks. I
didn't realize that. I saw that shit.
All the time.
Dude's neck is
Just them all the time.
I mean, I know it's all the time, but like I saw it.
Thick. It's
It was
thick this time.
extra thick, dude. Like he normally has like 2 C's. No. That frame, there was at least a third C in there.
Maybe a K.
Maybe a K. I'm just saying, it might have been a little dangerous. And then the only other thing was, of course, the badass entourage coming all together. As soon as Nami finally asks for some help, and Luffy's like, "Girl."
No, yeah, I dug that a lot. That's
Him.
that's my vote for quote of the week. Is just that scene.
Which one? There's 8 of them in the last 2 minutes, dude.
I mean,
You wrote so many of them down.
copy paste all.
Yeah.
God, dude.
This is to this point. This is bar none the best moment of the show. This whole
You're right.
this whole Avengers Assemble thing they do here. They're just chilling there. They know already. They found him.
They run away.
Nami. No, I know, but like they were there the whole time. They were just chilling, but they saw him talking to Nami, and they were like, "Captain's got this." And then they do the whole bit. They give the flashback of Nami remembering that the Straw Hat's his treasure as he walks away. He screams "damn right" to the heavens, and then he looks at his boys and he goes, "We're going." They go, "Right." And then we walk off, and then our boys Johnny and Yosuke, who went on to take the pirates by themselves and got their asses handed to them, they go, "This is them. They are the 4
I'm surprised they didn't get their weapons taken
horsemen."
away.
I know.
I don't
how
think
those guys were allowed to get out
How are
alive.
they alive?
They make a point of that 2 minutes later, where Arlong's pirates go, "Man, those 2 idiots. You think they were part of Zoro's gang?" And they went, "Nah."
Those idiots
They weren't even worth killing.
Not even worth it.
Oh my god.
So good.
And then your boy Luffy comes busted in and
5
goes,
minutes.
"All right, so which one of you's Arlong? Because
Yeah.
you're the one who's got to die today."
That last 5 minutes, dude. That shit hits
Yeah,
different.
it did.
Hell yes.
Yeah,
Hell
that's the first time they use that song for the really big hype moment. Remember that
Is
song?
that the first time?
It is the first time.
Hell yeah.
No, they used it before, but this is the first time they've paired it with such a moment.
Honestly, for me, this is the first time in the show that I've actually wanted to be like, oh, I want to watch the next episode before.
It's almost like it was orchestrated.
Unfortunately, that is the One Piece curse. You know, everyone it is a meme, but it's true. You kind of do have to slog through episodes here and there to get to some of the really good.
I'm not saying it was a slog. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed these episodes. Like these ones, again, in comparison to fucking that dumpster fire that we just got out of. Like, this is good. Like, I like the pacing. I like the way that they're doing it. It's just like it makes me want to watch more, and it's great. I love this.
Oh no, I knew you were gonna want
to.
I knew you were gonna want to watch the next one, so I stopped it there.
Oh, you bastard!
And Jordy's like,
You fucking cucked me.
You know,
Yeah, I gave you anticipation.
When I asked Jordy's not 4.
This is why we're recording today, isn't it? You just wanted to cuck me one more time.
Yeah, why do you think we did 4 last week?
wanted to give you a taste. The taste. No, but that was going to be what I was also going to mention at the end was the hype song. The hype song coming in clutch as always.
I didn't catch the song.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, please don't. Please don't. None of you.
No, it's the beginning part. That's the cool part. Where the bongos, I think they're bongos, right?
Oh yeah, the do 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 do.
What? No, stop it. Stop it.
Ooh, man, get the fuck out of here.
Stop
Music
it.
in One
Stop
Piece
it.
is
You're not an instrument. You're not a cowbell.
Shit.
All right, hit me with them quotes.
I don't really have any quotes.
I feel like
that fall into 2 categories, both the serious ones and the fun ones.
I feel like my favorite quote, like actually like depth quote, is going to be when Bell-mère tells, when Gonzo tells Nami that, you know, Bell-mère and you guys more than anybody understand what it's like to be a real family. You guys have been through more than most families have. And I don't know, that's always my favorite little reoccurring bit with a lot of these. I mean, shonens in particular, you know, friends are basically family. And I love when that shit comes up. It always makes me feel good.
I'll trim it down. I'll give you 2 each. So there's the bit that was mentioned in the beginning with Hachi, where Hachi's wishing Luffy a well day.
Have a great time visiting.
Yeah, Luffy goes, I'm taking a walk, and Hachi goes, oh well, take a walk, have a pleasant one, and he takes out 6 handkerchiefs and like starts waving it at him.
That was beautiful.
It's so good.
We
And
love
then
Hachi.
the other funny one, also Luffy, but when he sees Gensan for the first time walking with the Marines, and it looks like Luffy's like reacting to why the Marines are here, like, oh shit, and then he turns around and he goes,
a hat pinwheel. Where in the world did he get that? It's so cool.
cool.
Yeah.
He ponders on that for like 30 minutes too,
So
like
long.
at least 2 episodes.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
why is
against that tree? And he's
Well, he
like,
said-
man, that pinwheel was so cool.
He said that he came up with an idea for a new move, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited to see that new move based off the
I
inspiration
don't
of the
remember.
pinwheel.
I don't remember what that move looks like. It's probably easy to picture, but
Actually,
I'm looking forward to
you won't know it because the movie doesn't show it.
No,
It does not. The movie cuts it out completely.
wait,
There
what
was
are we
a
talking
movie we
about?
were supposed to
What movie?
watch?
No, Christian had
I
seen
didn't watch
the movie beforehand.
I've watched up to the Alabasta arc. I've seen
I
everything.
thought you were going to say Olive Garden for a second. The Olive Garden arc. They go to
Well,
the
they
land of
get
infinite
isekai.
breadsticks.
Wait, so you've seen the actual anime?
I've seen
No,
up to
yeah.
the first 120, 30 episodes. Yes,
Well, shit, my boy. I thought you were only on movie or on movie shit. My bad.
I said this in the first or second episode of this podcast.
Yo,
that's what
Dylan,
I've
just
seen.
cut this
doesn't
conversation out. Don't
listen.
worry about it.
No,
Doesn't
Dylan. Here's
listen,
what you're
Chris.
gonna do. Dylan, you're gonna cut in the part from the first or second episode of the podcast where I said that.
Oh god, you're gonna put that
No.
on Dylan.
Dylan's not gonna do all that work, all right?
Dylan's not doing that work.
No one, I'm not even gonna willingly offer to do that work. No, fuck
Dylan's
that.
just slacking lately. We haven't asked Dylan anything of Dylan lately.
Dylan, get off your ass.
He's listening. He's got his earphone in. He's just like, all right, these motherfuckers. I'll do them right.
I gave him some almonds earlier. He's fine.
All right. So
He's allergic.
So we got the serious ones. We already mentioned one already as well with the whole Avengers Assemble at the end where he goes, "Oh, damn right, I'm gonna fucking help you," and we're going for all of that shit. All that's great. But then before that, in episode 36, where they're having the flashbacks, and I think it first happens with Nojiko, but it's a flashback to Bell-mère saying, "As long as you keep living, lots of good things will come your way." And
Hell yeah.
it's a nice little inspirational pick me up. Nice little thing.
Even though the episodes are filled with sacrifice, there's that little bit in there that says, "Hey, you know what? Just here's looking at you, kid."
It perfectly exemplifies her keeping herself alive in that last moment where she just accepted death, and then she was like, "Oh wait, there's these two little kids here that need help. I need to keep living now. Guess I'll not die."
Absolutely.
The one time I wrote the quote, the one time.
I'm excited.
Never give up. You must find the strength inside you to always move on. You must live through every moment. And if you can smile in the face of it all, that is the greatest strength.
Yeah, that's good shit.
That's good shit.
I'll put my vote towards that too.
We're not voting on these. These are
Shit,
just quotes.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I gotta remind everybody every week. Not that it needs to be a big discussion topic, but Nami shows some exemplary brain power in those moments for a 10-year-old.
Right.
Got a very, very adult mindset.
I can't get my cousins who are 10 years old to stop fighting each other and biting each other. I don't know how the fuck she
she's been through some shit, but there's a switch that happens in her brain that just goes from like the girl who steals books about navigation to a grizzled 35-year-old man who's seen Vietnam.
Hey man, see your mother die in front of you
with expert espionage skills.
We're doing something to you, and then then seeing a dude literally get up 3 times, not once, not twice, but 3 times to protect your ass.
She also got that tattoo.
And then she sees the whole town get
Tattoos fucking hurt.
Yeah, they do.
And they did it to a 10-year-old.
Yeah, they do.
It ain't no lick and stick. Like, it's a fucking tattoo.
I don't think it's a tattoo. I feel more like a brand than a tattoo.
No, it's a tattoo. They call it a tattoo.
Yeah, it's definitely a tattoo.
Yeah, they do call it a tattoo.
It's blue.
Brands don't come out blue, by the way. You don't just stick ink onto a brand and have it come out that way.
No, yeah, that just burns your skin. That's a scar. That's what a brand is a scar.
There's an arc later on involving branding, and it's probably harder than this one.
I believe.
All right, for all our brand fetishists out there, skip to episode. Insert Dylan here.
You're gonna make Dylan retroactive.
I think I know what the episode number is off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's a very brutal.
I'm gonna guess right now. I got a number in my head.
That you know that.
I'm gonna guess right. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Iconic.
Yeah,
that just means it's very impactful. I guess.
I
don't know what they're talking about either, Devin. For the record, that's beyond me.
I was wrong.
Bren's gonna say no.
I had it. No. The other thing I was gonna say that makes that particular topic a little more believable, but then also goes right back to, God damn it, Nami has like the fucking the brain power of a grizzled war vet. At first, she comes to the town and she's like, "Yeah, it was all my idea. Like, I came up with this. I'm going to work for them to make money." Well, okay, no, I'm sorry. She goes to the town and says that she sold herself for money, and then tells Nojiko like, "Hey, I did this. I got an idea. I can buy the island from Arlong and everyone's going to be safe." Well, then it cuts to how the conversation really went with Arlong, and Arlong's the one that brought it up. But still, so like I find it a little more believable that she didn't come up with the idea. Arlong proposed it, and she was like, yeah, no, I mean, I guess I think I can get behind that.
Actually, yeah, no, I think now that you bring that up, yeah, that is very reminiscent of how a 10-year-old would act. Adult with big pointy face and killed my mom. Sure, I'll listen to you.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's more, at first I was like, hot damn, dude, they really, because I thought the same thing as soon as like the whole bit was going through. I'm like, I know what you're doing, Nami. I do find it kind of interesting that as a 10-year-old, you came up with this plan, and then the flashback happened where what really happened was Arlong brought it up, And then she was like, all right, I guess. But then she still did have the fortitude or the forethought to be like, well, I'm going to trick everyone into thinking that I betrayed them, which is like total fucking 900 IQ play.
It's all very adult-like. But it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just something that I noticed.
And then the true champion,
If those men can't handle Arlong and his gang, then there really is no hope. Not only for this island, but for the whole East Blue.
Those are the faces of the 4 men who are here to change your destiny. Burn their images into your memory.
Your eyes. I do like the way they said that. Like, burn their images into your eyes or whatever when they first show up. It's like, these men are going to save everyone.
And changing destiny.
But I guess that's all we got. Do we give the golden hand?
We give the
golden hand time.
Clearly, it's not time.
Fuck you. You don't get a golden hand this week.
My debate here is, I didn't feel like there was particularly anybody who did anything amazing. I guess. My debate here is, do we just give it to Luffy for the last 5 minutes?
I don't really want to give it to him.
No, he didn't earn it.
I know he was absent for basically the entire 3 episodes.
If anyone really deserves it, it would be Bell-mère.
Yeah,
but like,
Bell-mère or Gensan are probably my backups here.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's Bell-mère wholeheartedly. Not a meme, not like a kind of.
Same.
She's like probably one of the best female role models that you possibly could have gotten. And she did a pretty damn good job. I don't know. I liked it. I was about it.
No, yeah.
I mean, whatever.
I'm definitely willing to jump on the Bell-mère train, though. You can see all of the influences she had. Nami is basically Bell-mère Part 2. Like, not even a question. Whether do the thing where Nami's dragged back after holding the book, and Bell-mère whispers sensually into Gensan's ear. I'll repay you with my body. All of that like seductive, sensual stuff that we know Nami does all the time. Like,
and then Nami thinks it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
She's like, I know where this is going. You're an idiot.
Yeah, and then Nami, the 10-year-old, is laughing like she understands. I'm definitely about giving it to Bell-mère for sure.
All I'm saying is Bell-mère is objectively pretty hardcore. Maybe not like a full-on badass, because she doesn't really get enough time to be a badass, and she gets kind of stomped. But she's
pretty. They kind of show like a cut, like a still frame of her being a badass in the past.
For sure, I would call her a badass. I'm just saying for any haters out there.
It's also sort of a redemption arc, sort of, because they stated that she was a delinquent growing up.
Yeah, explains the haircut.
Big fan.
I'm about it.
All right, so all in all, it was Nami's backstory. Great couple eps. Talked about who gets the golden ham. Do we want to go over? I mean, do we feel like we have what we need in order to rank any villains at this point?
No, I think we should wait.
No.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
We haven't even seen him fight fully. Like, we've seen him lose control and flip houses.
We haven't seen shit yet,
and change the market value of things. But like, no, he hasn't done anything else really.
For sure.
Like, this is all build up to his fight. Like, we haven't seen him fight seriously, if you want to
say.
Yeah, no. Definitely not enough for a rank yet.
All right, well then there we go. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for tuning in to our Mother's Day special, everybody.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Bye-bye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mwah.
Now, which one of you is Arlong?